Yeah, hi there. These comments, I'm just going to use your initials, MS. And I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the Toefl IBT. So you say, my name is, not going to say your name, you say, I want to study in the USA. I've taken the Toefl once and my score is 84. I want to subscribe to your Toefl course. My dream score is 95. So please suggest me the kinds of courses I have to subscribe to meet my dream score. Good question. So I'm going to go ahead and look at it right now. So your score right now is 84. The reading, your subtotal is 20. Listening, my oh my, you got 27 points out of 30 on the listening, so you can hear everything I'm saying right now, I'm sure. Speaking, you have 17 points in the speaking. Writing, you have 20 points in that section. Right? So if we take a look at the reading area, I think that your goal is to get 5 more points higher. Right now, you are in the intermediate level. Your understanding of academic level text is limited. So it says you're having trouble understanding ideas when they are not directly stated. So if you have to infer ideas from reading, that's where you're having more trouble. And you're having trouble with reading passages that are conceptually dense, which means you're having a lot of trouble with vocabulary. Listening skills are high. Don't need to worry about that. Speaking, not good. So speaking about familiar topics, you're limited. You're limited in speaking about campus situations, and fair, maybe a little bit better there, but you definitely can improve. And in the cases when I'm looking at your speaking MS, it's saying that you have some limitations with your vocabulary and your grammar, and you're also having some pronunciation problems which are making it difficult for native speakers to understand you, right? So those are some of your issues with speaking. All right, let's take a look at writing. Writing, you scored fair in both areas. When you're doing the writing based on reading and listening, sometimes it's not easy to see all of your points. Sometimes you're missing ideas from either the reading passage or the lecture, or you're not showing what the relationship is between the reading passage and the lecture. And you also have some grammatical and word choice problems in your writing that make it difficult to understand. So with the independent writing task, I'm looking at the score report right now. It's saying that you're not giving enough support and development for your main points, which means you're pretty good at explaining the main points, maybe your thesis and your topic sentences, but you're not giving the details to help support those points. Also, according to the writing score report, it's difficult for you to organize your ideas because of language use problems, such as vocabulary and also grammar. So those are the issues that you're having right now, right? Now what we need to do is, my goal is to help you get 5 points higher in the reading. My goal is to help you get at least 5 points higher in the speaking, and also 5 points higher in the writing. Does that make sense? Now do the math on that. If you say 15 points plus 84, that's going to put you up to almost 100. Am I right? And that's going to give you the score that you need to reach your goal. So no objections to that, right? Now what I want to do now is, I want to tell you kind of what you can do right now. What are some things that are going to be effective in helping you reach your goal, MS? So think of my advice right now into 2 categories, right? So the first category, I'm going to give you some tips on things that you can do today that have nothing to do with a Toefl course, have nothing to do with a Toefl book, but they have everything to do with your academic English language proficiency. Now, the other suggestions I will give you in the second category are things that you can do in my online course to improve. All right, so here's my suggestions. Right now, get in the habit of reading every day for about 30 to 45 minutes. That's my recommendation. And you can also practice listening a little bit. You'll know why in a minute, but I'm going to say maybe 5 minutes a day because you already have good listening skills. But here's the key. As you do the reading and the listening practice, I want you to work on notes. Note-taking is very, very important. So get down the main and the most important supporting points of the reading and the listening passages. So get it down on a piece of paper. Once you've done that, then I want you to do two things. Number one, I want you to write 3 250-word summaries each week. You need to get more used to writing about academic type information. So you want to write about the reading and the listening passages. Remember that on your score report, you're having some trouble connecting the ideas in the reading and connecting ideas in the listening, or you're missing points, important points. So as you work on your summaries, make sure you're including all the important points from either the reading passage or the lecture. You want to do this every week. I'm telling you, it will help you a lot. Now, I don't need to read it. Nobody needs to read it. But you need to do it. Okay? So, the next thing is, I also want you to practice speaking about the reading and the listening passages using your notes, which you'd be doing here, maybe 3 to 5 60-second oral summaries a week. What you're doing is you're just summarizing, you're explaining the main points of the reading passage in the lecture. So you'll say things like, according to the reading passage, or the main point of the reading passage is, to support this point, the writer says, and just explain all those points from the point of view of the person writing the passage. So if you can do just this, these are things I'm telling you that will help you, that are outside of the scope of my course, right? But they will help you. So maybe 1.5 hours every day, you're doing reading, listening, speaking, and writing practice. You're doing this every day. Now, it may take a month or two, but it will really help you with your TOEFL score. Okay, now let's talk about my online TOEFL course, right? So you need a lot of improvements right now in reading, speaking, and writing. So that's where you want to spend most of your time in my course. But it's not so simple. In order to improve your reading, you also need vocabulary study, right? In order to improve your speaking, you also need vocabulary and grammar and pronunciation practice. And in order to improve your writing, again, you'll need writing, you need vocabulary, and you will need grammar practice. So, you're focusing, if you join my course, I'd like you to focus in the vocabulary, the pronunciation, the grammar section, and also focus in the reading, speaking, and writing parts of my course. And that's going to give you a lot of practice in those areas that you need to improve upon if you want to improve your score. So, what do you do each day? Maybe 1.5 hours each day, you're taking my first suggestions about reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Excuse me. And then in addition to doing that practice, you're also studying in my online TOEFL course, focusing on the different sections I outlined in this video. What I would do is work really hard, maybe 2 to 3 hours every day. Let's go for 2 months. At the end of the 2 months, you can take a full-length IBT practice test. Trust me, it's a lot cheaper than paying for the TOEFL exam, which is $200. But you should take a practice test at the end of the 2 months so you can monitor your progress. You want to see how close you are to your goal of 95. Does that make sense? So if you take the practice test and you go, oh man, hey, I'm at 98, that means that you're probably ready to take the actual TOEFL exam. Now, if you do the practice test, your score is only 89. That means that you still need some more practice before you're going to be ready to reach that goal. All right, MS, so those are my comments for you. Thank you for your email. I hope in the video I've given you some ideas on some things that you can do beginning today to start improving your academic English language proficiency, and ultimately you will be able to start improving your score right away. All right? Okay, thank you.